I'm sure you all know by now that Akira Toriyama, the creator of the Dragon Ball series, has passed away on March 1st, 2024. In his memory, I will be talking about something he has popularized, yet has still managed to be one of the best at, even though several decades have passed. I am talking about his use of the tournament arc. As far as I know, Dragon Ball was the first to popularize what is now a staple in the battle shonen genre. Of course, many anime fans point to the Dark Tournament arc in Yu Hakusho as the best tournament arc, but Dragon Ball still has amazing tournaments that hold up to this day. My fondest memories as a kid would be taking my uncle's old VHS tapes and watching the 3 martial arts tournaments in OG Dragon Ball over and over again. I will never forget the first time I watched the very first martial arts tournament in Dragon Ball, and I'm just glued to the TV, like you couldn't get me to stop watching. Now I know there are other iconic tournaments in the series, such as the Cell games in Dragon Ball Z and the Tournament of Power in Dragon Ball Super, but I am mainly focusing on the original 3 martial arts tournaments in Dragon Ball, back when Yamcha actually seemed like a competent fighter. Yeah, sorry, Yamcha fans, if you guys actually exist. Anyways, I'm sure Toriyama didn't think he was doing anything revolutionary at the time of creating this concept of the martial arts tournament in Dragon Ball. After all, in real life, different styles of martial arts usually have different tournaments around the world. I mean, people forget Dragon Ball was originally a sports anime that focused on martial arts. But this singular arc changed the game for shonen anime and what to come after. From the aforementioned Dark Tournament arc, to the Chunin exams, to the UA Sports Festival. It's almost like a rite of passage for a popular battle shonen to have a tournament arc in some way. Now, how the World Martial Arts Tournament works in Dragon Ball is it is held every 3 years and any fighter can join and openly participate. There are preliminary matches held to determine which 8 fighters will compete in the main tournament bracket. The first ever tournament we see in the series is known as the 21st World's Martial Arts Tournament, where we see a young Goku, young Krillin, and young Yamcha compete alongside Master Roshi in disguise, entering under the name of Jackie Chun. Obviously, in reference to real-life martial arts movie star Jackie Chan. My favorite fights include Goku and this huge dragon-type monster called Girin. Yeah, that was a crazy fight. As well as we got Krillin versus Jackie Chun, Goku versus Nam, and of course the finals of this tournament, Goku versus Jackie Chun. And this is where we see a young Goku go toe-to-toe with his own master. This fight was the pinnacle of anime to me when I first watched it, and in the end, Jackie Chun, aka Master Roshi, won this fight. I mean, it makes sense, right? Goku is still a child while Master Roshi is, well, still a master. Side note, it's still funny that Master Roshi had to spend all of his prize money feeding Goku right after the tournament. Still gets me. Now on to the next tournament, and I feel like Toriyama really upped his game with this next one. The 22nd World's Martial Arts Tournament, which features a stacked roster, and I mean absolutely stacked. Of course, it features the defending champion Master Roshi. Sorry, I mean Jackie Chun, and returning fighters Goku, Krillin, and Yamcha. But what really is different about this is the fact that we get to see the students of Master Roshi's arch rival, Master Shen, aka Chaozu, and of course this guy, Tien Shinhan. Tien versus Yamcha is a fight that doesn't really get talked about that much, but it is such a sleeper fight, such great choreography, and is honestly one of the best fights that I've seen in the original Dragon Ball franchise. And honestly, it's still one of my favorites. I remember when Yamcha surprised us all by using the Kamehameha for the first time in this fight, when he showed like none of that skill beforehand, so that was kind of crazy. In the end, Tien proves to be the stronger fighter and knocks Yamcha out. I will never forget, after the fight, even though Tien already won, he still felt the need to send a message to everyone else by breaking Yamcha's leg. And I don't know about you guys, but Yamcha lost a lot of his aura after this happened. Like, he was just not the same afterwards. And I feel like I have to mention Krillin versus Chaozu. It was cool, but, you know, honestly, I've never liked a single Chaozu fight, if we're being completely honest. But the semifinals of this tournament gave us two classics that I still remember to this day. We got Tien versus Jackie Chun and Goku versus Krillin. Obviously, the story's right there with both these fights. We got Tien, who is the student of Master Shen, who is the arch rival of Master Yoshi, defeating Jackie Chun, who is, you know, like I said before, really Master Roshi. But honestly, the real highlight is Goku versus Krillin. This is the first time these two best friends fought seriously against each other in this tournament, and this match decides who goes to the finals. And honestly, this is a fight that I'll never forget, man. They both show tremendous speed, hands, just incredible choreography, and they did not hold back. This fight made me really miss the old school way of how Dragon Ball used to conduct their fights. It was not too flashy, it was like 90% choreography and, you know, hand-to-hand combat, and it's not just a beam-for-beam contest. In the end, Goku wins by knocking Krillin out of the ring. Now, this finals matchup between Goku and Tien, it tore me up as a kid. I really, truly believed Goku was going to win this fight. I mean, it looked like he was going to. It was right there. And then that stupid ass truck had to hit Goku, making him hit the ground first, and Tien got that Mickey ass ring. Oh my gosh, he won that so Mickey. Literally tore me up as a kid. Sorry, a little bit of childhood trauma just came out right there. Sorry, guys. Anyways, the 23rd World's Martial Arts Tournament, aka the Piccolo Jr. Saga, aka the last saga of the original Dragon Ball anime. And this arc, this saga, was the peak of Dragon Ball to me. For you guys that don't know, Piccolo, as in Gohan's real dad, if we're being honest, used to be the big bad of Dragon Ball. The final big bad, may I add. And Piccolo's dad, aka Piccolo Sr., was a ruthless king that wanted to kill every martial artist. Of course, Goku stopped him, but not before King Piccolo was able to release an egg that would eventually become Piccolo Jr., aka the Piccolo we know today. In the 23rd Martial Arts Tournament, it's literally everyone versus Piccolo Jr., and to me, again, peak Dragon Ball. This is also the first time we see Goku all grown up and is basically the design that Goku is known for today. Most of the fights in this tournament were either really good or super memorable. We got to see Tien versus Mercenary Tao, Krillin versus Piccolo Jr., and even Goku versus Chi-Chi. That was wild. I do have to mention Yamcha loses in the first round again to a fighter named Hero, who is really Kami, the Guardian of the Earth's disguise. Yeah, Yamcha really lost in the first round of every martial arts tournament he has entered. No wonder we stopped caring for this loser. This is truly the end of Yamcha in this series, in my opinion. Anyways, the rematch between Goku versus Tien was fire as hell, and you got to see the true progression of Goku and how much he's really learned in between the tournaments of when he, you know, lost to Tien in a terrible way, but still lost. And now he really truly is the better of the two. Like, it's not really that close. And of course, you got the fight between Hero, aka Kami, versus Piccolo, which was interesting to see because if one dies, the other dies. So it's a chess match between the two. It really is. In the end, we got our finals matchup, which is the one we knew was gonna happen, let's be honest, but still, we wanted this fight. Goku versus Piccolo Jr. Still my favorite match in any tournament arc. Well, if I'm being completely honest with myself, it's up there with Yusuke versus Toguro and Rock Lee versus Gaara, but this is a Toriyama dick suck video, so I'm gonna say this is my favorite match. Also, this is still my favorite fight in all of the Dragon Ball series, like across every series. And yeah, Goku versus Frieza is a classic, as well as Gohan versus Cell, and hell, even Goku versus Vegeta. But at this point in the story, Goku still hasn't proven anything. Goku, up until this point, despite all the wins, he's still not even considered the best in the world. I mean, second place versus Jackie Chun, second place versus Tien, and even though he defeated King Piccolo, he still didn't finish the job since he still has to fight his son Piccolo Jr. And all of his trials and tribulations all have come down to this. Can Goku finally win the big one to not only save the world, but become the world champion? I still get goosebumps thinking about this fight. Yeah, it was flashy. I'll admit that. It was flashier than any of the former Dragon Ball fights we've had up until this point, but it was such a great balance between flashy and choreography. To me, that's what makes this the pinnacle of all Dragon Ball fights, the balance, and such high stakes on each fighter's side. Each fighter has their pride on the line, and Goku losing this fight could also mean the end of the world. I watch this fight and think Toriyama built up such an amazing climax. He really knows how to write a great story leading up to this climax of a fight where literally everything is on the line and everything matters. I feel like in today's anime, they really just throw in fight scenes to show pretty colors and everything. And yeah, it's cool, but what happened to good old build-up? Like the build-up from King Piccolo wanting to destroy the world, Goku defeating him, but now he has to defeat his son to truly save the world. Like, this is peak Dragon Ball writing, and man, Toriyama had such a legend, such a great job. Not only did he give us an all-time classic, but he made us want to cheer for Goku so badly, as if this was a real-life athlete fighting for his life to be the greatest of all time. In the end, Goku becomes the best in the world, and at least to me, the peak of Dragon Ball comes to a close. Yes, there is still Dragon Ball Z and 2 other sequels that Dragon Ball fans wish didn't exist, but to me, the story could have ended here and I would have been content. I guess the whole point of the video is Toriyama is a great story writer, especially during these martial arts tournaments. You can watch these 3 tournaments back to back to back, and you can see it as the evolution of Goku's fighting style and strength, and it is such a great time watching. I highly recommend watching these 3 tournaments. Like, just please watch them. They tell an incredible story of a boy becoming a man, and it brings a tear to my eye. This is how I want to remember Toriyama. Just like at the end of the 23rd World's Martial Arts Tournament, with Goku jumping into the air and screaming, "I did it! I won! I'm the world champion!" And thank you, Toriyama, for revolutionizing manga and anime as we know it today. And every time I watch a tournament arc from another franchise, in the back of my mind, I'll be thinking, yeah, Toriyama really started this. Rest in paradise, you legend. Thank you guys so much for watching. I actually did not plan for this to be my comeback to scripted videos, but after Toriyama's passing, I felt like it was only fair that I respect him, you know, in some way. And man, his tournaments, his tournament arcs, they truly are the pinnacle of his writing, to me at least. And not a lot of people really talk about the fights in original Dragon Ball, and I really wanted to bring them to light. Yes, Dragon Ball Z has a lot of classics, but man, nothing beats good old Dragon Ball and the actual martial arts that come with it. Let me know in the comment section, what is your favorite Dragon Ball fight? And what is your favorite memory of Toriyama while watching his other series or this series? Like and subscribe. And yeah, let me guys know what you think about this video. I really think I can go for more scripted stuff. I really do. Thank you guys, and I'll catch you guys later.